Flash animations, the icons, the mascots of the internet of old. Artifacts of a time before content, before YouTube, and before even a video was possible on the internet. When the internet was first gaining popularity, websites looked like this. You were lucky to be even able to load a 40 kilobyte image. A video comprised of 20,000 frames, good luck. But enter a small corporation called Macromedia. Macromedia had a program that let you draw in vectors. Vectors are a different kind of image that consist of lines and fills instead of pixels. Vectors have to have solid colors and have far less detail, but are exponentially smaller in terms of file size and can be rescaled to any width or length. So in the late 90s to early 2000s, when all you had was 56 kilobytes per second, most websites opted to use some kind of vector. But one program changed everything. Future Splash Animator, later renamed to Flash, was a vector-based drawing program that you could also animate in. Flash files could include interactive buttons, programming, and even sounds built right in. This was amazing for building websites, games, and of course, animations. Once people got a hold of Flash, that was it. The internet of the early 2000s quickly became an amazing community of personal expression, fun, creativity, and Yoda blowjob. So let's take a look through some of these old Flash animations that helped shape not only the early internet, but also, for better or for worse, myself, and probably a lot of you watching too. This is the Flash animations of the early 2000s. Badger. I don't think that me and my friends were the only ones to be in the school hallway with our arms out repeating this over and over. Maybe we were. In 2003, John T. Picking, better known online as Mr. Weeble, uploaded an animation titled Badgers to the website beta.com. I think it's beta. Bethreda? Maybe? Overnight, it became a viral hit, spreading to everybody from casual watchers who got the song stuck in their head to more hardcore fans. The inspiration for this song apparently comes from the song Saturday Night by Wakefield. I never noticed this, but apparently if you listen closely in the background, you can hear a duck quacking. This monotonous duck inspired Weeble to make his own repetitive song, with Badger apparently only ever meaning to be a placeholder animal until he thought of something better, but it ended up just sticking. My family's talking. How dare they? Shut the fuck up! Mr. Weeble from there continued to make all kinds of animations. Some popular ones you might know include Narwhals, Business Cat, Amazing Horse, me and my friends love this one, and Weeble and Bob, a YouTube series that even caught the eye of MTV, who had 6 MTV exclusive episodes commissioned. These episodes include classics such as Intro, Trailer, Hostage, and Sex 1 through 3. Mr. Weeble continues to produce things to this day. Homestar Runner! Unlike almost all of these, I never actually watched Homestar Runner. It was before my time, launching 1 year before me. I never watched it, but it is far too of an iconic Flash animation to leave out. Homestar Runner is a series of Flash content, not just animations, but games and interactive things. The show consisted of shenanigans between a whole variety of characters. There's Homestar Runner himself, a trio of Abad brothers, Bubs, Homestar, and my personal favorite, Pom Pom. Look at him. Homestar Runner actually began as a children's book called The Homestar Runner Enters the Strongest Man in the World contest. But in 1999, Mike and his brother Matt decided to take the series further and create
HomestarRunner.net.
It's .com.
Oh, right.
From there, they would regularly post new animations, games, and Flash content consistently. My family's talking again, I'm gonna kill myself. But by far, the most popular segment seems to have been Strawn Bad Email. Strawn Bad Email was a series where the character Strawn Bad would read through and respond to some of the emails that he had received that week. Emails that any fan could send in for a chance to be featured that week. That is cool. That is really, really cool. That would even be cool now. Homestar Runner continued to see success and popularity all the way till 2009, when Matt and Mike, who were still the sole creators of the show, took an unannounced indefinite hiatus. In this time, they did a bunch of stuff, but most notably, they ended up creating their own TV series for Disney XD called 2 More Eggs. I never watched Homestar, but I did watch this one. I'm so fucking weird, dude. 2 More Eggs ran for 3 seasons, and in 2014, the Chapman brothers announced that they would be moving back to their hometown to continue working on Homestar Runner once again, but still not as intensively as before. Today, Homestar Runner isn't dead, so to say, with the odd animation here and there still being produced, and the website is still up, but it's not as actively worked on as it once was. But it will always be known as one of the first ever Flash animations that really set the standard for what was possible. TopStick. Originally uploaded to stickpage.com by the author Turquoise sometime in 2011, this animation is special, and I'm using it for a reason. The stickman is one of the first things that someone ever learns to draw, and for a lot of animators, the first thing that they ever animate. Not only that, they're also very easy and efficient to animate, and most people just like them. For these reasons, I'm sure I don't have to tell you that there were many stickman animations made all over the internet. One of the most popular things to animate stickmen doing was battle and fight and kill each other and shoot guns. I wonder why that is actually. That's actually pretty weird. I never really thought about that. Anyways, a lot of these animations featured amazing choreography, stories, and animation. TopStick is an animation of celebration of all of the most popular stick animations from throughout the years, all going at it in one gigantic battle. Also, I can't play it here because of copyright, but in the original, it's all to the tune of Smack My Bitch Up by The Prodigy, which makes it so hype and so cool. I wish I could play it, but I can't. Make sure to watch the original. The creator, Turquoise, stated that it was a grand tribute to all of the stick characters that so heavily inspired him over the years. Some notable ones include Johnny Rocket Fingers, Fancy Pants, Henry Stickman, Rage Comic Guy, Dick Figures, we'll get more into them later, Counter-Strike Animation Guy, and even the AOL Messenger Guy, as well as many more. Stick animations are one of the most fruitful examples of that early 2000s violent, edgy, cool culture, and that's fully on display right here, with very brutal deaths and stabs and explosions and guns and kill. Yeah, awesome. There has been stickman drawings as long as there has been pencils invented. So stick figure animations as a concept, I don't think can ever die. As long as there is more than one piece of paper and a pencil, there will be someone to make a stick figure appearing to move. I would argue that the stickman is almost synonymous with the concept of animation itself, and TopStick is the perfect celebration of all of the stickman animations drawn in Flash. TopStick has been viewed 300,000 times on YouTube, and for the site that it was originally uploaded to, stickpage.com, it does not say, or at least I can't figure out how to check. I might just be dumb. As for Turquoise, the creator of this tribute, he's still an animator today. This is probably my favorite entry on the entire list. The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny is one of the most iconic animations that there is, period. I'm lightheaded. On December 22nd of 2005, the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny was uploaded to the Newgrounds portal. It is an animation featuring an ultimate showdown between thousands of pop culture icons. The extremely catchy song was made by Lemon Demon, or Neil Cicierega? Cicierega. The song was made by him, and the animation was done by Alt F4 or Sean Veliez, who was only 15 at the time of its creation. The creative combination between these two that is the Ultimate Showdown very quickly after its release blew the fuck up, being spread all over the internet and quickly gaining a cult following. Being a kid and growing up with this song was especially fun. I don't know why, but it was just really fun to try and memorize the whole thing, especially the Mussolini part. I still can't. It's just so easy to rally behind. Me and my friends loved chanting it like the national anthem.
Godzilla got pissed and began to attack, but didn't expect to be blocked by a shell.
We loved it. I still love it. And a lot of other people did too. On Newgrounds, it has over 13 million views, not to mention everywhere else it was uploaded, like YouTube and tons of various other Flash websites. In 2009, Rock Band commissioned Lemon Demon to create a brand new version of the song with a full live band at his side. Specifically for Rock Band. I had no idea. That's fucking sick. Neil Cicierega and Sean Veliez were and still are very busy outside of Ultimate Showdown as well. Neil, who made the song, is also the creator of the early YouTube classic Potter Puppet Pals. He's released several albums over the years under the name Lemon Demon, and he was even commissioned to create a few songs for Gravity Falls, which mainly went unused with the exception of Goat and Pig, which appeared in the end credits for the episode The Love God. Sean, who did the animation, is now a writer for Medium, and also runs the Seriously Wrong podcast, where he advocates for the betterment of the internet and online spaces, probably because he's seen how good it can be. The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny's original upload on Newgrounds sits at 13.3 million views, quietly awaiting for anyone to come reminisce on, and I highly recommend you do, just once. Salad fingers.
Might I ask where you keep the spoons? I see.
I watched this for the first time when I was 8 years old. Created by David Firth, Salad Fingers is a series of shorts focusing on a man, or a something, who lives in a desolate wasteland of nothing and loves the feel of rusty spoons on his fingers. Salad Fingers episode 1 made its debut on July 1st, 2004. That's about 1 month after my brother. After getting front paged on Newgrounds, it blew up in the smaller Flash community, and David continued to produce Salad Fingers episodes, eventually moving to a new video site, YouTube, where the series is still running today. He apparently created episode 1 in 1 day and 1 night, animating and voicing the entire thing himself, which is apparently the reason behind Salad Fingers' soft, calming voice. David was apparently recording late at night and was scared of waking his parents.
I must find the perfect spoon.
The name Salad Fingers is also apparently a reference to an in-joke David had with his friend about the way David plucked a guitar. That is awful mean. Dude, I have such a fucking big forehead! I see your comments! The first episode was meant to be nothing more than a weird, off-putting horror video. But as other episodes came out, hints of a much deeper and eccentric plot began to form underneath the story's surface. With other characters, creatures, references to events, references to Salad Fingers' life, his loved ones, his relationships, subtle clues on how the world got like this, how he got like this. It's really interesting. I really love it. It's far too much to discuss in this video, but I would highly recommend going and watching the series for yourself, and then watching one of the thousands of theories and explanations of the lore. David Firth continues to produce Salad Fingers episodes to this day, but that's not all he does. He has and continues to make all kinds of films on all kinds of things. Some you might have even seen. Videos like Cream, Spoilsbury Toast Boy, and Burnt Face Man. He's even lent some of his talents to some other projects outside of YouTube. Salad Fingers, to me, is another animation that represents the early 2000s culture perfectly. The edgy and weird, off-putting look it has is how a lot of animations at the time were, and I miss it. Animator versus animation. Animator versus animation is a very simple concept in theory. It's a guy making a stickman in Flash when the stickman comes to life and tries to destroy his entire computer. Why is he so angry? It was originally created by Alan Becker and uploaded to Newgrounds in 2006, with a sequel in 2007 and a third entry in 2011. 1 and 2 are good, but for me, my personal favorite is 3. All of the XP icons coming alive and fighting and doing stuff, I found that so cool. It was animated so well too. I felt like that could happen. It made me very suspicious of my own desktop. Are you real? After these, Alan continued to produce more. There was then a Animator vs. Animation 4, 5 spin-offs, Animation vs. YouTube vs. Mario. There's shirts, there's plushies, there's a card game, and the most population of all, Animation vs. Minecraft, which is still being produced today. This Minecraft series, other than its name, isn't even really related to Animator vs. Animation anymore. There's shorts of various stickmen doing various things in a 2D version of Minecraft. This series is obviously meant for a far different audience than Animator vs. Animation was. It may have far outgrown its Flash roots, but the original series will forever be remembered in the hearts of literally anybody on YouTube in 2007.
I'm gonna do an internet! Whoa!
asdfmovie. On August 10th, 2008, asdfmovie, or asdfmovie, was cross-uploaded to Newgrounds and YouTube. It was a very simply animated, black and white stick figure short, consisting of very quick, individual, random, quirky, rapid-fire bits. This was around the time of Derp and I Can Has Cheeseburger, so this style of random things happening was right at home with the rest of the internet at the time. It was created by a young Thomas Ridgewell, better known online as Tomska, but this was not actually the first piece of Asduff Media. asdfmovie 1 was actually based off of Tomska's existing comic series, Asduff Man, who he says tens of people read. I would have read it, Tom, if I wasn't 6. The Asduff characters go even further back though. The first ever instance of them was an array of emoticons Tom made for MSN Messenger. God, MSN Messenger needs its own video. I have quite the personal connection to asdfmovie due to the fact that I like it and that I grew up with it, but also because it also got its name just by mashing the keyboard. Tom also says that he originally wanted asdfmovie to be live action instead of animated. If you want to know everything about the history of it in further detail, I've pretty much just been paraphrasing this video by Tomska himself, where he breaks down down everything that happened, so I'd highly recommend checking that out from the man himself. A year and some change later, Tomska released asdfmovie 2, and since then has released 14 total main series asdf movies, as well as music videos, plushies, shirts, and again, a card game. What is the deal with animations and becoming card games? I don't get it. It's probably good, just why not like bath towel or something first? All of the asdf movies today have a combined total of 500 million views, and remain an icon of not just the past, but also the present. Speaking of present, where the fuck is asdfmovie 15, Tom? Where is it? Eddsworld. Eddsworld is an animated series consisting of a green hoodie wearing coke-loving guy named Ed, and his friends Tom, Matt, and Tord. I never actually watched Eddsworld. Again, it was kind of before my time, but it was and still is very beloved by many all over. On June 6, 2003, Ed Good uploaded an animated short titled just Ed to Newgrounds, YouTube, Tumblr, DeviantArt, shhhh. What the fuck is shhhh? This short would be the beginning of the very long-running series we now know as Eddsworld. Ed continued to upload all kinds of works to the internet, which led him to meeting fellow creator Tomska and Norwegian animator Tord. And on December 20th, 2004, the first animated short to feature them all, and what is largely considered to be the first proper Eddsworld short, was uploaded. Eddsworld Christmas 04. This short established the general art and style of Eddsworld, and it's how the show stayed over the next little bit. In the years to follow, Eddsworld grew exponentially, becoming more and more popular and becoming higher quality as Ed and the rest of the team improved their own skills. The show even caught the attention of the United Nations, with them commissioning an Eddsworld short to be created and played at the opening ceremony of the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Copenhagen that year. Absolutely fucking nuts. Everything was going what seemed like extremely well. But in 2012, disaster struck as Ed Good that year lost his battle with cancer and very, very unfortunately passed away on March 25th, 2012. This is a horrible, horrible thing to happen. With that level of talent and being so young, that is awful. But Ed wanted the show to continue. So Tom took over as the lead showrunner, trying all kinds of various things to keep the show alive over the next 4 years, before giving leadership over to Matt as well as Ed's family. Eddsworld today continues on, under the leadership of Matt and the involvement from tons of different animators and talent, staying true to the format of 4 friends, Matt, Tord, Tom, and of course, Ed. Rest in peace, Ed Good. Happy Tree Friends. If you are watching this, chances are you were a kid when Happy Tree Friends premiered, and chances are you still see it in your nightmares. Happy Tree Friends, on the surface, at first appears to be a very light-hearted kids show, with bright colors and friendly cartoon animals. Every episode usually opens with a very kids show-esque plot, but it only takes a couple minutes of watching to see what really lies under the faces of those happy tree friends. Quite literally! In any given episode, you can see anything from faces getting ripped off, blood gushing from wounds, eyeballs getting squeezed like lemons. All of the gore sequences are extremely creative, none like the last. My personal least favorite is Out on a Limb, where the Blue Moose character painstakingly saws his own trapped leg off with nothing but a plastic spoon. There were very, very horrible things. I'm not going to show it here, obviously, because there is no way in any kind of hell that is monetizable in today's YouTube. In the late 2000s, it gained a lot of popularity. It was one of those shock things that you would show your friends to get their reaction. Hey, look at this little kids show. It's really silly and really funny. Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. This isn't a kids show. This is a green bear's entire face getting peeled off his skull while he's still alive. You jokester, you got me. This, in turn, would make you want to go show it to your friends, who would then show it to their friends, and you get this viral spread of shock meme. Shock things like this were very, very common in the early 2000s. Meat Spin, 2 Girls, 1 Cup, that car commercial. Terrible, shocking things. But Happy Tree Friends actually predates all of these. Growing up in the late 2000s to early 2010s, I only saw the show on YouTube, but it goes all the way back to 1999, with a short originally called Banjo's Frenzy, where you can see very crude versions of characters that would later be used in Happy Tree Friends. Happy Tree Friends was created by Mondo Media, who was an animation juggernaut of the early YouTube, responsible for publishing many different animations, including Happy Tree Friends, Goodbye Kitty, and my personal favorite, Dick Figures. But none come even close to the popularity popularity of Happy Tree Friends. It was created by Aubrey Ancrum, Ken Navarro, and Rode Monyo, who was the one who had the original idea for Happy Tree Friends. Sometime after Happy Tree Friends, he actually became a real children's book author, with over 20 books published today. These books featuring significantly less decapitations. Happy Tree Friends has seen technically 6 different seasons, many episodes, and can still be seen on YouTube today and even on some streaming platforms now, available to scar future generations to come. Hey, got any— fuck off, duck. The duck song. Everybody knows the duck song. The duck walked up to the lemonade stand, bomb, you got any grapes? You know the deal. Uploaded to the YouTube channel Forest Fire 101 on March 23rd, 2009, it now has a little over 500 million views. Everybody knows the duck song, or at least like 1/16 of you. But did you know about the other duck songs? There is actually 3 duck songs. The first sequel features Duck harassing a brand new person, a girl working the counter of a convenience store. And the third entry features the man who was running the stand, now seemingly, possibly getting together with the lady who was running the convenience store. All thanks to Duck. In this third entry, we also get a look at Duck's family, who he returns to at the end of the day. The Duck song itself is a song created by Brian Odin, a musician who makes songs for kids as well as all kinds of different music. The song itself existed before the animation, but at 14 years old, a young Forrest Whaley, or Forest Fire 101, found the song and decided to create an animation to it. The video immediately blew the hell up. As I said, the original has 500 million views today, and has spawned numerous references and parodies. Look, I found this Roblox recreation. It's one of the only animations that I watched back in the day that was actually meant for the age I was, and will forever sit in all of the hearts of all those who watched it. Those 3 are the only main series episodes, but there's also a spin-off with a bear, and most recently a Christmas remake with Santa! Yay. And that brings us to the end. These are not all of the animations that were around, not by far. What made the 2000s and the era of Flash such a great time for animation was its low barrier of entry. Almost anybody with a computer and the knowledge of how to pirate Flash could make an animation, and could very easily get it out there for your friends or even the entire world to see. The animations I've talked about today are some of my favorites and some of what I think best represent that era. But there were thousands of animations, made from thousands of people's jokes, loves, fears, and want to just create something for the sake of creating something. In Newgrounds creator Tom Falp's words, "It was a magical time of experimentation and a lot of goofing off with friends found over the internet." It's a bygone era of accessibility and community that I don't really think that we're going to see again on this modern internet and without Flash. But don't let that discourage you. The spirit of creativity is still so prevalent on the modern web. It's just a little harder to find through all the bullshit. Newgrounds today still remains one of the central places for animation. For older Flash stuff, Ruffle is a Flash emulator that aims to allow any Flash creation today to run on modern browsers completely 1-1 to as it did before. Sometimes it may seem bleak with our 7 website internet, but if you want to make something, get out there and make it. It's worth it. I promise. And with that, I bid you farewell. Thank you for watching.
This is the ultimate showdown, ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate show. This is the ultimate show. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.